I just got my first real injury in a long while. And as you probably know, being injured as a runner sucks. It's easy to only share the positive experiences online, but I think it's just as valuable and you can learn as much, if not even more, from when things don't go the way you want it to do. Because when you, like me, become so dependent on running as a way to enrich your life, you can become very vulnerable when injury hits. So I thought I would bring you along on the journey of this injury and hopefully share some valuable tips on how you and me can become less vulnerable as runners. So first of all, what injury did I get and why did I get it? Here, right under the foot, I have a nerve that is irritated. It's called Morton's neuroma and it basically hurts every time the foot hits the ground. Something I talk a lot about on this channel is that you should own up to your mistakes, and this is true for running, but also basically life in general. Because that's the only way you will learn something and increase the chance of not making the same mistakes over and over again. So as a business owner and parent to small kids, time is very limited and I've struggled to prioritize my own health. Yeah, you see me running a lot in my videos and yeah, I run every single day, but most days just a really short run and I have often prioritized work over getting to train a bit more or getting some well-needed sleep or even taking the time to eat at times. But I also realized that to be a good husband and dad, a good coach to my athletes and make good and inspiring videos for as many people as possible, I need to prioritize my own health a bit more. So I took a page from my own book and did what I often tell people watching this channel to do when you need motivation to make some changes. What I did is that I set some really inspiring goals in my running that would inspire me to train more, and to withstand that training I would need to eat more and better and sleep more and simply make better life choices. I set two goals for this autumn. The first one was an uphill running race and the second one was a 10k road race where I wanted to run a 33-minute 10k for the first time. And it worked. I designed a training plan for myself and the first days it was a bit tough to get into proper training again. But quite quickly my body started responding and I felt like on top of the world. I started doing a lot of tough hill running sessions to prepare for that uphill running race. And the first weeks I saw that my times quickly became better and better and I felt stronger than I had done in years and also more motivated and happy in general in life. So I think that's why I got a bit carried away and overeager and started making the sessions a bit too hard. And again, I said it many times on this channel before, but the best recipe to get yourself injured is to do too much too soon. I thought that I had been careful with my progression in my running, but I think it was these uphill repetitions that I was not used to, and especially running a lot of steep downhill to get down again after intervals, pounding my foot was what caused this issue to start. I felt the pain start but made a mistake that I'm trying to tell all my athletes not to do. That mistake was being so committed to my training plan, so I decided to not listen to my body and do another tough day of training with some pain. And after that it really hurt. Now it's been 3 days and it doesn't seem to be getting better. I still do my short 1 mile daily runs to just keep some running stimuli. But it hurts quite much, so I really hope that it soon starts to feel better. It's been 2 weeks and it doesn't seem to be getting any better at all. It's been really frustrating and every time I'm not able to run as much as I like, I realize how important it is for my mental health and well-being. I first really noticed this when I had to take a long break from running and training altogether due to a heart condition a couple of years ago. And it makes me feel a bit worried how addicted I am to moving my body. But I guess we humans are made to move and be active, so it's not that weird that there are a lot of side effects when you can't train. A lot of people seem to get used to not training at all, but I'm sure all of us feel better when we get to exercise in some way every day. And there are a lot of studies that support this as well. Even though I can't run as much as I want to, I can still do these super short runs without it seeming to get worse by it. But if this continues and doesn't get better, I might have to stop with this as well. A good way to be less vulnerable in your running is to become a more diverse athlete, learning to love other ways to get your heart rate up, basically. Being injured a lot during my elite career, I have gotten to try a lot of different alternative ways of training, like cycling. Although I prefer running, I have come to like it as well. But for this injury, it sort of hurt as well, so I haven't been able to do too much of it. So just a short session today, and I'm hoping it soon turns around, because I really miss doing proper pain-free running or just training in general. It's been 5 weeks already since I did those bad decisions in my training that caused this injury. And over the last 5 weeks I have once again become reminded of what running means to me. And it is so much more than chasing results or fast times. During days where I don't get my heart rate up and get to move, preferably out in the nature, I often find myself struggling with anxiety and a lot of negative thoughts. I'm not saying that I'm immune against that if I just get to run a bit, but it for sure helps and brings me so much positivity and energy to the rest of my life and the actual important stuff. I had to cancel both of my goal races for this autumn, which sucks. But my main frustration is not missing out on races. It is missing out on my daily training and the daily habit of getting a proper run in each day. It has been feeling a bit better the last week, and I have gotten to run a little bit more, so that makes me hopeful, and this time I will take it gently in my progression. If I can leave you with something from my last 5 weeks, for most of us that are not trying to become the best in the world, it's better to be a bit more on the safe side in your training and rather have longevity in your running. And if your body are allowing you to run today, smile, because it's so easy to take something so great for granted.